Piers Morgan may have been busy launching his new chat show Uncensored recently for Talk TV, but he has still managed to review the latest podcast from Meghan Markle. The TV presenter has criticized the Duchess of Sussex for comments made in a new series of interviews for Spotify. For a long time now, Piers Morgan has not been Meghan Markle's biggest fan, and the outspoken TV host has not held back in his latest tirade. This time it was the launch of a podcast which irked the Talk TV host. Meghan Markle's new podcast is titled Archetypes, and its aim is to explore the various labels which hold back women in their life and career. The podcast will feature interviews with some incredible women, and the series kicked off with recently retired tennis star Serena Williams. However, one man who will not be enjoying the podcast is Piers Morgan, and he tweeted his dissatisfaction with the Duchess on the day of its release. Addressing his 7.9 million followers, Piers shared his outrage at some of the quotes from Meghan's discussion with the record-equaling Grand Slam winner. Quoting a tweet in which Meghan Markle shares the negative reaction she felt from the royal family when considering her ambition in life, Piers was unrelenting in his criticism. He wrote on Twitter, "It's not your ambition we dislike, Princess Pinocchio, it's the vile way you trash the royal family whilst simultaneously exploiting your royal status for millions of dollars as with this podcast." Piers quoted a tweet from journalist Claudia Aoraha, who shared the sentiment revealed on the podcast from Meghan. The senior reporter tweeted, "Meghan Markle on her podcast #Archetypes, I don't ever remember personally feeling the negative connotation behind the word ambitious, until I started dating my now husband." She continued to quote Meghan, "And apparently, ambition is a terrible terrible thing, for women that is, according to some." Ouch. Piers was not finished in his attack, and his sights moved on to a tale shared in the podcast about her and Prince Harry's son Archie. Royal expert Chris Ship tweeted the news. Meghan Markle says Archie's room caught fire during her and Harry's royal tour of South Africa, and it left everyone in tears, and yet she still had to do an official engagement that night, which she said doesn't make any sense. This proved too much for the former Good Morning Britain presenter, who angrily replied to the news. He wrote, "He wasn't even in the room and nobody was harmed." Can you imagine the Queen whining about having to do an engagement in this circumstance? Piers continued, "Markle's victimhood knows no bounds, nor does her thirst to trash the royals whilst making dollar from them. It's shameless and pathetic." Some broadcasters and journalists did seem to enjoy the first edition of the podcast though. Jasmine Dodiwala was a fan. She tweeted, "Driving listening to Meghan Markle news Spotify podcast Archetypes. She discusses powerful women and overcoming barriers, choosing to challenge." The experienced reporter added, "The fact that society doesn't often approve of ambitious women with Serena Williams and other super dope women." Fellow broadcaster Dr. Shola Moshabanimu tweeted, "In solidarity with Meghan Markle as she launches new podcast #Archetypes out today. Check it out on Spotify. Let's reject the labels and stereotypes with #Don'tBelieveTheType." Meghan Markle's Archetypes podcast is available to stream on Spotify.